Hello and welcome to another interesting episode of Viva Barcelona, where we are going to discuss on some interesting updates. We start with midfield prodigy Pedri Gonazalez, as the Barca midfielder is set to play El Clasico as a second half substitute, according to a new report. We are going to discuss on that as we move ahead. Secondly, talking about this report, as it has been reported that 115 million euro Premier League midfielder Bruno Guimereas does not have a Barcelona clause in his contract. Of course, this goes contrary to report some few days back that they said he has a Barca clause in his contract, and transfer guru Fabrizio Romano have come out to contradict those claims. We are also going to discuss on that. So as we get right into it, please do ensure to subscribe, turn on the post bell notification to always stay notified whenever I post a new video. Consider liking the video and please watch it right up to the very end. After a very difficult period, everything is slowly filling or falling into place rather for FC Barcelona on the injury front, with many players closing in on full recovery. Yesterday, it was reported that star striker Robert Lewandowski might be able to feature in the upcoming El Clasico, albeit only as an impact player. Now, Barcelona have been handed another injury boost heading into their much awaited clash against Real Madrid. A recent report from Dario Sport has issued an update on Pedri's fitness, suggesting that the midfielder is in the advanced stages of recovery. In fact, the Spaniard is likely to be called up for the Real Madrid clash, as he is merely a few steps away from gaining 100% fitness. There is one catch, however, despite nearing his full recovery, Pedri is still not in a position to complete the entirety of 90 minutes against Real Madrid. As much or as such, the young star is likely to feature as a second half substitute against Los Blancos. At this point, though, Xavi will take anything he gets. So now the question is how Pedri and Robert Lewandowski's partial presence could play out. As mentioned earlier, even Lewandowski might be partially fit for that clash against Madrid, potentially operating as a second half substitute as well. The partial presence of both Pedri and Lewandowski will be welcomed by Xavi, who is likely to utilize the two of them as impact players. However, it does make more sense to start with Lewandowski and take him out at halftime, as the forward can provide those predatory instincts inside the penalty box. Pedri, in contrast, can add more energy and creativity, which could be the need of the hour in the second half as Real Madrid defenders start to get tired. Of course, with a big awaited Clasico coming in 2 weeks' time, Barcelona are in a crisis, I should say, and it really saddens me a lot that we have our key players, majority of them are out injured, and of course, this is a period of the season where important games come. I mean, we played 7 games in like we play a lot of games in just a short period of time, and this is a period where we need our important players, one of the crucial periods of the season. And it's really really sad and unfortunate that we have been having a lot of injuries lately, a lot of important players out, and of course with Clasico coming very soon, which could prove to be a key decider potentially for the title moving ahead, even though we know the La Liga title is still long. But we just can't play out with that. There's still a long time to go. But having most of our key players out for that clash is going to be so detrimental to us. But hopefully, we can try to get the result as much as we can. Pedri have been out for such a long time, and of course, Reports have been saying that he is likely to play against Madrid, but not to start the game, because it is estimated that by the classical period, he won't be 100%, same as Robert Lewandowski. Of course, Barcelona are doing their utmost best to ensure that some of these key players are available for that classical clash, which is always an important clash. Pedri presence will be helpful because now this report is saying that Pedri might play but the second half, like he might enter as a second half substitute. Same as Robert Lewandowski. Lewandowski too might not start the game according to report, which means Xavi will be expected to start maybe Ferran Torres or Joao Felix at the central role as a striker, you know. So we know Lewandowski's importance. He's a leader, and of course, his presence on the field is having a huge impact. And not having him for that Clasico, to be honest, will be something to be scared about. Of course, let's hope that things go better. And of course, the injuries that we have been having lately, which is so exaggerated, should be better off. I think the players, in fact, Javi Hernandez will be very worried about the situation, but we don't have to leave it, get to our heads. We just have to keep going and believe in ourselves. Then moving on to the next story of discussion. According to transfer market specialist Fabrizio Romano, contrary to earlier reports that suggested that Newcastle United midfielder Bruno Guimereas has a Barcelona specific clause in his contract, there is, in fact, no such mention in his new deal with the Premier League side. Interestingly enough, the 25-year-old does have a release clause in his deal, but for anyone to trigger an exit, they will have to pay 115 million euros, something that was mentioned in September. This means there are no special clauses in his contract. So it's no secret that Barcelona want to reinforce their midfield position with a pivot being eyed for the next summer transfer window. Right now, though, although Javi places his trust in Oriol Romeo, Barcelona have not given up on the idea of securing a prominent defensive midfielder next summer to address the void created by Sergio Busquets' departure. Numerous names have surfaced in connection with this pursuit, with particular attention given to Guimaraes, who, according to reports, held a significant advantage. A release clause exclusively set at an approximately 65 to 70 million euros for Barcelona. So it has recently come to light that his new contract with Newcastle contains no specific release clause tailored for the Blaugrana. The only release clause applicable to all clubs is the one initially set at 115 million euros for the former Lyon player. All this means Barca will now go back to square one, since paying 115 million for the 25-year-old makes absolutely no sense. So guys, with that, we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time. Bye bye.